Allied Races, Horde or Alliance better? Recently, many players have taken to the forums to voice their concerns that the Horde Allied Races are getting more attention than the Alliance. In this video, we're going to take a look for ourselves. So stick around, we're getting started now. If you're looking for more gold guides, leveling professions, prepare for battle for Azeroth, go ahead and subscribe to the channel for all this and more. Now, Blizzard has announced 4 Allied Races for the Horde already, but only 3 for the Alliance. The Horde, of course, get Zandalari Trolls, which have been requested for many years by players from both factions, and have a very distinguished, recognizable differences from any other troll race. The Highmountain Tauren, which are distant cousins of the Tauren that we've always had, and they have a lot of cool tattoos and a moose mount. But Nightborne gave us a long, drawn-out, very detailed storyline. One that I enjoyed, at least. And also brought us a new raid that I thought was great. Now, the Red Orc has finally been confirmed to be an Horde Allied Race, which only makes sense because the Alliance having an Orc would be like the Horde having a Night Elf Allied Race. Not going to happen. Wouldn't make sense even if it did. And then, of course, the Alliance have the lightforge draeni. And the only distinction that I can see, the only big difference is that the lightforge draeni have a lot more white skin and white features than the normal draeni that we have now. Then, of course, the dark iron dwarfs, which everybody for some time have been wanting. I know I've even requested it, and quite frankly, I don't play a lot of Alliance. I play mostly Horde. But I've always wanted to play the dark iron dwarfs. Now, a lot of people see this as a recolor of the current dwarf. And in a lot of ways, I guess it could be seen that way. But then you have the Void Elves, which, from what I've found so far, have no ties to the lore of World of Warcraft. I've found no lore connection at all. So if you know of any lore connection, please do post it down below, and I'll be sure to check it out. Because so far, it looks like the Void Elves was made up with no lore attachment at all to simply be a allied race. And a lot of players are upset about this because they want a true allied race, something that's been in the game for a while and we're now able to play. But moving right on, the Alliance seemed to also be arguing that from the very start, the Horde has been getting better allied races. For example, the Horde Allied Races are known to be getting 2 Druids. And we'll take a look at both of those. The Highmountain Tauren Druid, which, as you can see here, have a lot of cool forms. And then the Zandalari Troll Druid, which even has more of the coolest forms ever, because we can become dinosaurs and just, it's going to be great. I'm personally looking forward to playing a Druid again, and I've not played a Druid as a main in 2 expansions. Now, for many players, the desire to play a Druid is very strong. If they cannot play a Druid, they won't play that race. And in Battle for Azeroth, it seems that the Horde will be getting 2 new classes that can play as a Druid. And there are portions of players who are complaining that the Horde has something that the Alliance don't. Now, in all honesty, this is World of Warcraft, not World of Fairness. And there's never going to be a day when both factions have exactly the same abilities or the same races or what have you. If it was, it wouldn't be very fun at all. As an example, the Alliance have a quest line in which it allows you to go with Anduin to retrieve his father's sword, and there's a cinematic where you see Anduin dealing with the death of his father and his father speaking to him. Now, the Horde don't have anything like this, and you don't see the Horde complaining, or at least I've not seen them complaining, that we don't have a special cinematic that dealt with Vulcan. But the bottom line here, I feel, is not everything is going to be the same. The Alliance is not going to get everything the Horde has, and the Horde's not going to have everything the Alliance has. That's the reason that a lot of players play both sides to experience it all. Now, are you one of the players who believes that the Horde have the better allied race? Then maybe you need to stop and rethink your choice, because maybe you're playing the wrong faction. Players who started in 2004, like myself, as one single faction, I know when I started, I played the Horde, and you could never even talk me into playing the Alliance until one day that I got totally bored. Nothing was going on. We had a dead spot in the content, and I figured, why not? So I went ahead and tried it, and now I play both. Mainly Horde, but I do play both. But if you're one of those that started out in 2004 as Horde or Alliance, many times since then, I've seen people change from Horde to Alliance, Alliance to Horde. I've seen them change class, even races. Now, why do they change? I feel that it's because things change, and so do your likes and dislikes with each expansion. Now, should you play both factions? That's something you'll have to answer for yourself, but personally, yes, I believe you should play both factions, because that way you're not losing out on anything. You're not losing out on the content that was put into the game for the other faction, because it's not always going to be the same. Now, do you think that we should see allied races that are neutral at first, meaning that they would play through their starting zone and then be able to choose Horde or Alliance? For example, like the Pandarians, you can play the Pandarian all the way up to level, I believe it's 10, and then you can choose Horde or Alliance. So what do you think about the possibility of a neutral allied race? Now, let me know in the comment section below what your thoughts are. For now, be sure to give a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you've not already. I would greatly appreciate it. And as always, have a great day.